Hello, everyone. Welcome to the preview for the game against Ipswich at Portman Road Stadium. Will Ed Sheeran be writing a new sad album of the week once we slap him, or will Amorims have his work cut out? How are we feeling going into this one, Dan? Obviously, I'll go to you first. It's been a hot minute, so I want to get your thoughts on Amorims going into this.
Yeah, kind of a fresh new life beginning. It's like a newborn baby, and you just see how it is going to walk. So just hoping for a better results. But yeah, not having so much high hopes. But yeah, looking for at least some changes in the team, and just want our team to play football, proper basic football. That's all I have. That's all I demand from the new manager.
Civir, Dan used a baby reference there. Will we crawl in this one, or do you think it'll be fire straight from the start?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's safer to think that we're going to crawl. Hopefully, I mean, I'm sure everyone's hoping for that quick start and all that. But it's hard to tell. I mean, it's a completely new system, completely new manager in a new league. Like it's really, really hard to tell. Logic would tell you that we might struggle because Ipswich plays really good football. I know results haven't really gone their way recently, apart from the Spurs win, but they play good football, man. So it's but to be fair, I couldn't have asked for a better opponent to start with. To be fair, so, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I think I feel the same. It is a new era, Sam. There's been a lot of hype. There's been a lot of positivity. A lot of work gone in from what you can see kind of behind the scenes and whatnot. But ultimately, football is a results business. And Ipswich got their first win over Spurs as well, just before the international break. So they're going to be full of confidence. How do you kick that confidence out of them?
I don't think they've looked like a team that could win up until that sort of Spurs game. They look like they play pretty football. They look like they can know how to sort of pass, and he's gotten well drilled, but they just didn't look like they could get stuff over the line. But now they got over the line against Spurs, but again, Spurs have been so up and down, 50-50 this season. Like they've looked great, and then they've got absolutely battered at times. So I don't know if that's a gauge of where Ipswich are. I still think Ipswich go down this season. It's just because I don't think they've got enough about them to sort of get to stay up, especially the way they play. So I think if we get a slight manager bounce and our players that are going to fit into this system play well enough, we should be able to beat them and we should be able to do it comfortably. However, that's always not a given with United, because on paper we're a good team, but we never show up like the paper says we do it. So yeah, it's not going to be easy, but if we show up, we should beat them.
I've been watching this squad for a while, Dan. If you're Amorims, and I know the answer to this question, 9 times out of 10 will be everything. But if you're Amorims, what's one thing you really want to fine tune before this game? What's one thing you want to work hard on with this team? Do you think?
The very first thing I would like to check in the team, like what is the preferred position for all the players? I mean, who likes to play in what positions, rather than just shifting their position. So as we can see from the rumors that Anthony is being tried as a right wing back, so maybe that's his strength. So just to find out the player's strength and utilize that, and just collaborate and bring all the strengths in the right position, put it in, because we know that the strength is there, the ability is there, the skills are there, but you just need to kind of find the right way of placing your team on the pitch. So that's where I think he needs to concentrate on more, because the quality is in abundance in this team, but the only thing is it seems like whenever they are on the pitch, they are unable to replicate that whatever they are doing in the training, because we have heard for so many times that in the training all the players are like all players are playing very good football, but when it comes to the actual professional game, then they struggle to replicate that training ground in the real matches. So that's where I would like to see, as a manager, to see the strengths and able to replicate that strength on the pitch, and when it matters a lot.
Yeah. Any players you're keeping an eye on, Civir, with this system? Anyone you've been looking at individually? You think, well, I know we won't know until obviously we play, but do you have a certain set of players in mind you think could potentially flourish in this system?
Flourish. I mean, we've all got the usual suspects like Ahmad. Everyone's hoping Ahmad does well. Everyone's hoping, the strikers like Hoyland and the rest of them can do well. I think for me, probably Euro. I really want to see how he fits in this, in the defense, and also Maguire. Like if he plays, like I really want it, because from some of the so-called sporting experts, like people who watch sporting, everyone seems to think Maguire actually has a chance to play, because they're always kind of alluding to Sebastian Cortez, and they say they can see similarities with him and Cortez. So that'll be interesting. Obviously, I mean, we've got the Amaz, and everyone wants to see Rashford and all that. Like that's fine. But then it's the fringe players. I really want to see how they sort of get on in the team.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that assessment. Go on, Dan. Go for it.
Just to jump in, I have kind of a different shout on this one. I mean, with this favorite positioning of the formation, like with the back three and with two wide wingers. I mean, kind of a defensive wingers. I would hope, like, I think that Anthony could have a good shout in this one, because we have had this discussion a couple of times. Like Anthony, though he's not kind of a wide winger who can just run past the defenders and do something, rather than we have spoken like he can be more effective when he plays on kind of a more defensive role and just hold the ball and just see the players where they can pass the ball. So I would like to see Anthony playing on the right wing back role a lot.
Because they do have inverted wingers, don't they? I know Quenda's left-footed, and then is it Nuno Santos who plays on the other side, who's right-footed as well. So they have these kind of inverted wing backs, which has always been bizarre to me. But a lot of Ruben Amorims plays kind of central and flows through there. Whilst we're on the conversation of tactics, Simon, anything to worry about? We know Ipswich like to throw a lot of bodies into the box, very positive, play good football, but more so rustiness with our new system.
Yeah. I think if you were Ipswich, you're probably thinking this is a perfect time to play United, because it's like new manager. Is he going to have the tactics ready to go? Is there going to be space that they can exploit? Is there going to be mistakes? Is there going to be, like you said, rustiness from the players because they're unsure of the system as of yet? So McKenna's probably looking at it and going, he's probably looking at the way Sporting play and then looking at like, okay, what can I exploit? What can I use against like United, especially in first game out? He's only had a week of training and he's not even had everybody available. Some people only came back like yesterday or the day before. So he's definitely looking at that. They've got a player in Delap who can cause problems. What has he got? 6 goals this season so far. He's a dangerous player. Is he on loan from City or did they buy him?
I thought they bought him for like 20 mil.
Okay. So came from the City Academy, and we've seen what City Academy players can do. Cole Palmer, etc. Yeah. Like they're not poor players. So I think he could definitely sort of cause an issue for us. He's a very dangerous player, and like you said, play really interesting football. Good technical players. What's the midfielder? Is it Leaf? Leaf something?
Leaf Davis.
Yeah, very, very good player. I've seen like him mentioned by a lot of sort of scouting people saying he could be something big in the future going forward. So yeah, they're a dangerous prospect for sure. I think you need to sort of be patient with Amrim. He's not going to get the system correct first time out. If he does, then fucking fantastic. But yeah, we need to be patient. But maybe you won't see the full Amrin effect in the first game, but hopefully over the next sort of run of games that we got till Christmas, hopefully you'll start seeing more and more elements into each game. But yeah, I'm sure Ipswich are looking at it going, we can definitely beat these.
Yeah. As an overall, Danny, I've struggled a little bit, especially towards the start. They got a couple of decent draws, Ipswich, here and there, but the Spurs game, I felt shocked a lot of people. With that being their first 3 points of the season. McKenna, we know, competent coach, looking to disrupt us any way he possibly can, get that kind of... I know he's not going back to an old club that he managed, but he was the assistant manager at Manchester United, so sometimes you do have that kind of bit between your teeth. Sam just touched on Delap there. He scored 6 of Ipswich's 12 league goals this season, making him one of only 3 players to have scored at least half of his side's goals. So Haaland's done it with City, 12 out of 22, and Chris Wood has done it with Nottingham Forest, 8 out of 15. Is he someone you would worry about initially? Is that the player that stands out?
Yeah, if you see all the, the tactics that McKenna has played in the games in the recent times as well. So he has the one of the thing I could see is that he has adapted according to the opponents. Like whatever he has tried something different every game, like just to fit in, just to fit in his tactics against a specific team. So that's where we can see that against the top teams, kind of nearby top teams, he has played. Given tough competition, especially against Aston Villa and before that with Brighton. I'm talking about the team as a whole. But with Delap, I think yeah, he's a big threat here because when we are going to change formation from back four to back three, so and he also plays on the left side, so I think he's going to have a good amount of space to gel in the team and kind of have a more opportunities. And with our team playing for the first time in a different formation, I think we are going to struggle a bit with that. And with wing backs, I think they will be more concentrated on going forwards. So I think he will have a more space to play around when it comes to playing against us with a new formation where the player will not understand with the very first kickoff of the match. Kind of the first tactical change in the whole formation. So I think we are going to struggle a lot. But I think in that case as well, I think Mazraoui will have to take care of him because he has to do. A lot of up and down the pitch when it comes to taking care of Delap.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into the starting 11s for that. Civir, I'm going to come to you in a minute in terms of the opposite end of the pitch. I just want to get into a couple of comments. We've got Millen in the chat. We've got Darryl saying, evening, lads. Honestly, really looking forward to the match. Not expecting miracles to happen overnight, but I think we could be into good things with Amorim. James McGrogan saying, at the same time, though, managers in the opposite dugout only have Sporting setup to go on. Nobody knows what they're going to be like in the early weeks, so could work in our favour too. McMillan saying, see United winning well. This squad is very well suited to his system. A bit of feedback coming back on Chivy's now. Feedback coming on yours now, Chivyr. Yeah. I don't know why it's all going off today. We've got James McGrogan saying, I agree with Miller, most definitely 75%. Ricardo Diaz in the chat, who's a Sporting Lisbon fan, I believe. And yeah, a couple of people ill in that. So yeah, get well soon. We'll bring it back to the Ipswich chat. Not sure how to segue from someone being ill to that, but I will. Opposite end of the pitch to against Tottenham. I don't know if you watched that game, but the keeper, Ipswich's goalkeeper Muric had an absolute world there. He was unbelievable. So that, in a sense, with the way we've been finishing, how does a coach improve our attackers finishing? Does it have to come from them, or is there specific training drills we can do to improve that?
I think every keeper has that one game, that one or two games where they're really good. Yeah. Well, he's already used his luck against Spurs, so hopefully not against us. Yeah, I'm not too bothered. I mean, if we get quite a few clear-cut chances, then we should be putting them away. The way Sporting have played, based on what I've seen from everyone doing the analysis, like from like Sam Fonseca and some of the other guys who are Sporting fans, like the way they've broken it down, it's kind of like a system that allows a striker to flourish. If the more chances we get, the more open chances we get, the higher probability of us scoring. Keepers performance, yeah, I won't read too much into it. It's one of those ones where one day you could be good. I mean, we've seen it with De Gea. Sometimes he's like a world beater. Other times he's just totally crap.
You said sometimes maybe good, sometimes
maybe shit. Yeah. So yeah, that wouldn't worry me. I think the only thing that kind of worried me with the whole thing is that the international break, and it left too much time for him to kind of simmer in. Like the expectation has risen over. If he came in and then went into the Chelsea game immediately, then kind of the anticipation would have been a little bit less than the way it is now. Like everyone is just just waiting for this, and no one is giving Ipswich a chance. Like literally, everyone is like writing Ipswich off, and this is what kind of worries me. I don't know whether it's just a mental thing, but yeah, I mean, I see. Yeah, we might be able to do it if the keeper has a good game. Then fair play to him. But I don't think you have those kind of games. If you're not a quality keeper, you don't have that sort of quality, like, consecutively. So hopefully he's used up all his keeper luck or whatever it's called against Spurs. And then with us, it's like, we can just go and run things.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Chivy mentioned there about Ipswich. Everyone's kind of writing them off. Sam, do you think they'll go down? Currently on 8 points at the minute in the Premier League, just above the relegation zone. Crystal Palace, Wolves, and Southampton behind them. Do you see them being dragged down there? Well, like they are already technically down there, but I mean, like right down there.
Yeah, I think it's very similar story to Burnley the other season. Vincent Kompany came up, played really attractive football in the Championship, tried to do it in the Premier League and just got exposed. Just because of the quality difference between Championship and Premier League is completely different. So I think, yeah, he's going to suffer from that unless he decides to change tactics mid-season, which I don't see him doing. He seems like a manager who's married to a certain tactic and he's going to play that way no matter what. So, yeah, unfortunately, I see him going down unless it just all of a sudden clicks and he just starts whooping teams. Which, yeah, is difficult to do. It's not impossible. Like, we've seen teams stay up. We've seen people like Blackpool stay up in the past. You've seen Sheffield United stay up. And I think, didn't they finish like 8th and 9th or something, Sheffield United? So,
yeah, they had a mad, under Chris Wilder,
yeah.
they had a mad.
So, it's not out of the realms of possibility. Like, it can be done. I just think, yeah, they're probably one of the favourites. Them and Southampton are probably the 2 favourites. And then it's take your pick out of Palace, Wolves, Everton, those kind of guys. Like, one of them's probably going to go down with them unless they can start sort of pulling wins together. So, yeah, unfortunately, I see him going down. I do like McKenna. I think he's a very good coach and he will move on to bigger things eventually. I just think maybe it's a bit too much too soon and maybe the quality is not quite there in the squad.
Just on, is anyone, as a throwaway question, is anyone worried about this game?
Yeah.
Or does everyone kind of see it as, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all of you are?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's set up. It's set up in it because Ruben Amorims' first game, everybody's excited, everybody's positive about it. It's set up for us to get a loss, isn't it? Like it's basically there to set up for us to lose.
I feel like I don't know. I was sort of thinking all positive. I think it's going to be a smashing 3-1, nice, easy. But yeah, that's very interesting. I'd love to hear how everyone else feels as well in the chat. By the way, if you think we're going to get this done easily, or if you think it's going to be a bit of a sticky game, because I don't want to write Ipswich off necessarily, but you always see it with a new manager bounce and a new fresh positivity. But yeah, we've been burnt by it before, haven't we?
I'm optimistic. But then it's just I'm still cautious at the same time because they're not like pushovers. Like it's not like we're playing like I don't know Southampton or something like.
Yeah.
They play good football. Like they really do. And I like Sam was talking about McKenna. Like I like him as well. And I really hope he's able to keep them up. But then it just worries me that no one's sort of giving them a chance. Everyone's just kind of literally just writing them off. And these are the kind of games that
Do you think they like that? The fact that everyone's writing them off and everyone's pushing
Yeah,
the samurai narrative.
Yeah, because the pressure is on us. Then. It's not on them. They're home. They're the home side. We're coming in with this new manager. Everyone is, I know people kind of rate the manager, but at the same time, there's people who are talking about how the system is going to fit into the Prem. Like, it's a new style of football. Everyone is waiting with the pitchforks. Like, if he loses, like, people are ready to roast this guy. Like, so it's like, yeah, it's true. So the pressure, the pressure is on us. They're chilling. They just beat Spurs. They're in good spirits, just waiting for the game to come. Nobody's talking about Ipswich. No one.
Did we feel this way? Did we feel super positive when Ten Hag had his first game against Brentford? Did we feel this way? Do you remember?
Was it Brentford his first game? Or was it Brighton?
It was Brighton the first one.
Brighton.
Okay, it's Brighton, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Did we feel positive?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, didn't we beat a couple of teams in the preseason? We had a good preseason.
Yeah.
And we played well, and it was the whole Ajax thing coming in, and then I think there was a lot of positivity going in there.
Yeah. And then we got battered by Brighton and Brentford.
So I think that's why United fans, even though we're happy now, I can sense that there's a lot of people who are a bit,
So mostly,
cautious.
I think Yeah, I think the confidence comes in from the previous team, what the manager has done in the previous club, like how they have played. So with Ten Hag, it was when we were comparing like he's going to do the same thing with whatever is there with Ajax, and that's successful. He will just bring in here, and same is the expectation with Amorim, that whatever he has done with Sporting, he'll be bringing that in this Manchester United team as well. But yeah, the expectations are there because we are in a very bad spot in the table. If we drop points, I don't think I won't be surprised. Like we'll seeing more of a like kind of with the very first game Amorim out hashtag coming
Oh,
out.
okay, now hammering
Yeah.
out. Can you imagine, Jesus. Talk about knee jerk. My God. I do think as United fans we need to potentially brace ourselves for something like that. It might be a slow start. It's not always guaranteed that it's going to go in, win 3 or 4-0, and everything's going to be a fairy tale. There could be some things that need tweaking, some things you think, oh, maybe don't put him next time and do this. But we'll get into the predicted 11 shortly. I'm going to go back to the comments because there's quite a few interesting ones. Are we expecting Højlund's performances to improve with Bruno and Mount Ahmad a lot closer to him? I mean, I could take that, or one of you guys could take that. It's up to you. What do we think? Anyone? No,
I think
okay.
I think Højlund's performance is going to get increased because now with this formation, I think he will be trying to get more service from the other players to Højlund, because the recent stats were very bad with Højlund getting no service from the other players. So I think he'll be concentrating on that as well. Also, I still don't think like Mount will be getting game time in his formation as well. I've never been in favor of this signing, but still I don't think like Mount will fit in this formation.
I'll be here, mate, waiting, lads, for his all when he's flourishing in this team and playing really, really well. You're all getting it, mate. Telling you.
Should I answer that?
Yes, go for it.
No, this is the thing, and I think Dan, I don't know if you saw, but I think me and Nick talked about this, if I'm not mistaken. But I actually think he's going to play well in the system, because I think this is the first time that he's going to be in a system where he's played before, something similar to this. And the thing about Mason Mount is when he played for Chelsea, I don't think he was like a central attacking midfielder. He wasn't playing the 10.
It's on the right,
It wasn't really
to the right of the striker.
Yeah, it was kind of it was inverted, if I remember clearly. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. But I remember it was kind of like inverted. And I think even like I'm with you, Dan, like I never really rated him and I didn't see the point. Like it was a pointless move. But I think this is the first time that probably he has a chance, and he might just do it, But yeah, let's see what.
The thing with Mount is like I don't doubt his ability. I know like he's kind of a top players, but the only thing is like I don't feel confident when I see the formation. I'm still unable to kind of come to a settlement that yes, we are going to use Mount in this position, because with Bruno Fernandes, I think Bruno Fernandes and Mount, as per me, my personal opinion is that Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount cannot flourish in the same team. So that's where my doubt is, because before, if you play Mason Mount behind Bruno Fernandes, before I thought like maybe he can play a better role than Eriksen, where he used to play, but that thing also was not working out. But then if you are going to play him on the wider positions, we have a lot of players playing on that and still fighting, because even Rashford is being benched and we are playing only one out of Garnacho and Rashford and kind of Ahmed as well. So I think the competition for the wings is high. Because of that, Mason Mount is not getting chance over there. And with Bruno Fernandes, till Bruno Fernandes is there in Manchester United, he won't get the role of that playing number 10. And the thing is like we have the set of players that is blocking his game time. I'm not just degrading his abilities. I know that he's a top player. He can even fit in all the top big teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona. But the only thing is like the formation we play, the set of players we have.
Slow down.
What did you say? I didn't hear that.
No, when he was talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona, and I was like, slow down.
Yeah.
But I rate him to that level because I've seen that style of play. I rate him. He can fit in that in the midfield three with like what Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro were there. So he can play one of that role. But with the United, I'm still not convinced.
Yeah. I mean, certainly, like I don't think he's going to be a starter, but I think in the position where he's playing as one of the 2 10s, it's perfect for him because he's got the wing, or whoever is going to be playing the wing back running beside him. He's got the striker ahead of him and the other 10. And I think Mason Mount flourishes when he's got players around him. In the system we played before, he was always isolated when he played up front. Like, this is how Ten Hag used to. All our forwards were isolated. So just to keep it short, I think he has much bigger chance of performing under this team than he did previously. And I'm here for it. I want to see it. Like, I wouldn't mind being proved wrong on this occasion. Like, I think he can actually flourish. Maybe coming for Bruno if he's playing too many games or if he's injured or whatever. But yeah, it's one to see. Like, I'm not his biggest fan. Everyone knows that, but I think it's one of those ones where he might actually come good.
An insult that's not an insult, but thing that gets thrown at him is like he's a jack of all trades but a master of none. But I think the qualities that he does have in the right system with the players around him, I think he can offer a lot, and that's why I've always been persistent on this Mason Mount thing. But we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Just going back slightly to the comment about Højlund, because that's what we started on, and then we went off into talk about Mason Mount. Sam, are you worried about Højlund at all? The only thing initially with me really has been like his first touch has been a bit, you can't really lock it in, but obviously this is different. He will have a Bruno next to him and Ahmad next to him, maybe potentially a cleaner supply line in that sense.
Yeah, I want us to stop playing it up to him like he's a target man. I don't want to see him wrestling centre backs. I don't want to see him backing into a centre back. I don't want to see that. Like, that's not his game. That's not how he plays well. Like, if you watch him play for Atalanta, there's balls into the channel. He's a channel runner. Balls in behind. He's quick. Like, he is strong, but he's not the type of guy where fighting off defenders. Like, that's just not who he is. He's not Martial. Martial's really good at that. Backing into a defender, getting hold of the ball and playing it off to Rashford or whoever. That's not his game. So if we could stop playing the ball up to him like that and expecting him to do something with it, I think you'll get the best out of him. I think if you play balls into channels and hopefully with the 2-10s, he'll have more of that supply, like you said. And with the overlapping wing backs, hopefully the supply is better for him and it plays into his strengths rather than expecting him to adapt and just chucking balls up top and hoping he holds on to it, which, yeah, is not his strength at all. And it just annoys me every time I see it.
Yeah. Charlie with a strong comment saying Højlund is one of the few players I'm worried about his position in his amateur level at best. Quite strong, isn't it?
I think with Højlund, it is becoming like we have seen, like when Anthony came to the team and he was trying that just a step over, and every time he plays that step over with Højlund also, it's becoming like whenever he sees the high ball and he just blocks the defender and uses his body. So every time I see him doing that, and 9 out of 10 times he loses the ball. So that's where it's becoming like a daily routine for him, like just to play his body and just, he needs to change that, more involved with the play with the team players. Involving the other team members as well. So other than just trying to use body, he uses his body a lot. I'm not sure. I'm just becoming like a kind of, it has become like a trauma for me. Every time I see him, like he's been less showing off the other players and just using his body.
Mate, we've all got fucking trauma from this United team. You're not the only one. I want to bring it back to the game slightly because we're going off on a bit of a tangent. Who were the ones to watch very quickly from you lads? Trivia, I'll start with you, then I'll go to you, Dan, and then you, Sam. Ones to watch in this game for United and for Ipswich.
Ipswich, I wouldn't know. Oh, it's for United.
And he's saying that.
Make
a player up.
Why have you asked Chivy this question? Like, why have you asked him this question?
Sometimes it's like being a United fan, you're kind of just wishing on a star. You're hoping you get an answer, but go on.
Ipswich, United. Oh, it's. Yeah, if we're supposed to get, if we're hoping to get a good result, I think everyone is hoping that Ahmad is kind of in and around whatever's happening. He's been our best player, our best attacking player.
Yeah.
All this season, really. So definitely that'll be one to watch. But yeah, I think everyone is just trying to. I don't think anyone is literally is trying to pinpoint a single player. I think everyone just wants to see how we get on as a team. To be fair.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Dan, who was your one to watch?
I think with United, I'm more interested to see how wingbacks plays out, because I'm really interested on seeing that. May it be Anthony or Ahmad playing there, or maybe Mazraoui. He can be, kind of a great player to be played on that position, because he has both the attacking and defensive abilities. So yeah, that's where I'm more interested on.
Interesting. Sam.
My standard answer is normally Mazraoui, isn't it? Just because he's quality.
You got to change it this time.
Okay.
It's new system.
All right, new system. I'm interested to see who the centre backs are who are going to play in this back three. That's going to be interesting because obviously Yoro is available. I don't know if he'll start. Lindelof's out injured. Maguire's still out injured. So you assume Lissandro and De Ligt are going to be in there. But it's interesting who's going to be the other one. Is he going to be Johnny Evans in the centre one, the central position? And then
beat me Maldini, mate.
Johnny Maldini.
Maldini.
I'll be interested to see who the centre back setups. And then Leif Davis for me for Ipswich. He's a very good player. I like watching him play. Some great passing, really good midfield sort of maestro. So I think he'd be a dangerous player. Otherwise, you say Delap, don't you? That's the obvious answer.
You want to know who's going to cook this game?
Go on.
Bruno Fernandes is going to cook in this game. I'm telling you. In those attacking areas where you've seen how it works with Trincao and Goncalves, if you can just stay near there and just create, I guarantee you'll get a couple of assists or a couple of goals against Ipswich. Absolutely positive.
What about Ugarte? Like everyone's kind of hoping that he kicks on as well. Obviously, because it's his former manager. Like we don't want to see a repeat of the Donny van de Beek and Ten Hag situation.
Who did you say? Garcia then?
Ugarte.
Oh, Ugarte. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think so. But again, we are burnt by what you just said. The fact that we all thought Donny was like, there's no way he comes in and doesn't use. Like, it's impossible. And it just gets put by the wayside, and he just never ever gets a fucking game again. So I actually legit 1,000,000% think that's not going to happen with Ugarte.
Yeah.
But there's always that. What if? You know what I mean?
Sunday, Ugarte not in matchday squad or on bus.
Yeah, I'd be astonished. I really would. That would be a mega surprise.
Or bringing him on at the extra time.
Yeah, for the last 2 minutes of the game to show things up. Crazy. Right, let's do some quick fire questions, lads. Just a simple answer, one word answer. Will Amorim keep a clean sheet on Sunday?
No.
Yes, I'll see you.
Okay. One player who deserves an opportunity in this game.
Ahmad.
Yeah, I'd say Ahmad.
Trying to go for something different because almost all the answers today have just been Ahmad.
Yeah.
Dallo, just to be
Dallo
different.
is a wing back. Do you think he'll be the wing back, or do you think he could be, because his discussions, he might be potentially one of those right-sided centre backs if Yoro's not fit?
I don't know. I think he might play wing back.
Okay. Will Rashford score or assist?
No.
Yeah.
I'll say yes, just for something. No.
And he'll bring back that. What are the odds on that as well? Will there be loads of goals in this game, or will it be cagey?
No. I think it's kind of a close match. Maybe winning by a 1 goal difference.
Yeah,
okay.
Same. I agree.
Yeah, professional sort of game.
I want to say loads of goals, and it's going to be
3 points. Just get 3 points. That's it.
Yeah,
Let's get the 3 points.
Okay. Prediction for man of the match. Civir, give me yours first, then Dan, then Sam.
Man of the match.
Ahmad.
Casemiro.
Okay. There we go. Dan smiling at that. Dan, who's yours?
Hoyland.
Oh, okay. Sam, you know what? Sorry, Sam. You know what's so exciting when we're going through this preview? It's so different to every preview we've done for the past 2 years, I feel like, because it's always been like, this guy's going to do this, he's going to start him, he's going to do that. But this is fresh now. So who's going to be man of the match? You're going to say Mazraoui now, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't say him again, can I? He is, though. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, am I wrong?
Solid.
Am I wrong? He's a solid player.
Every week in, week out.
Yeah, I'll say someone different. I'll go Ugarte.
It's going to be Bruno, man. It's going to be Bruno. What do we all think of the chat, people? Mount, man of the match. It's a big shout. James McGoggin asking best player this season under Amorim. Very quickly, if we can, lads. Who do we think?
Who will
Coleman.
be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kobe.
Dan's going Kobe. I'll go Euro.
Bruno.
It's a good shot as well.
Yeah, I might go Bruno.
I think he'll cook under Amorim. Really, really do. Daryl saying 5-0 United. Pour myself another rum and mix happy, deluded rum noises. Okay. Okay. Hoyland 3 goals like Gyökeres. That's from Ricardo Diaz. He knows all about Gyökeres. I haven't been a sporting fan. Craig saying Ugarte, man of the match. Charlie saying 2-1
Yes.
United. Dallo should not play centre back. He's not good enough defensively. I agree with that. I'm just saying that was a theory that was floating around. And Rashford was my second choice. This system's going to be feed whoever's featured in number 9. All right.
When are the players coming back from international thing?
The back.
Are they back?
Yeah, the
A
back.
couple of them are back
they're
already.
back.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So then they'll have maybe 2 sessions before.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's what they were. We've got 1, haven't they? Maybe. I don't know. It's been a long day. You're probably right.
I think Bruno and Dallo came back Wednesday, and then the South American lads come back today, I think.
Right.
Okay. Starting
Sorry,
11,
Nick, go on.
lads. No, it's all right. Can we piece this together? Because I feel like everyone's gonna have a load of different ones here, aren't they? So let's try.
Onana's in goal.
Onana's going
That's
to be in
fine.
there, right?
Yeah.
The back 3 I've got is Yoro, Delit, and Lissandro. Does anyone disagree with that?
I don't think
I've gone with
Yoro.
that.
I don't think Yoro starts.
Yeah.
I don't think he starts. I think it's
Okay,
Johnny
who's-
Evans, Delict, Lissandro. I think it's that.
Johnny Evans is the right-sided centre back.
No, I think Johnny Evans in the
Or
middle,
Delict.
and then Delict's the right hand side.
Yeah.
Okay. Civir, Dan, did you agree? You think it'd be Yoro, Delit, Lissandro, or
Yeah, I'll go with that.
and you said yeah, Dan as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now the wing backs in midfield that I've put in, I've got a bit wild. I've gone Anthony, Ugarte, Casemiro, Mazraoui.
I will
Don't
go.
ask me why.
I will go Dallo, Casemiro, Ugarte, Mazraoui.
I'll go with what Nick has mentioned because I think Anthony will start with all the rumors that we have seen in recent days.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, so Anthony, Ugarte, Casemiro, Malacia.
Well, Malacia, you think he'll start?
Yeah, he's been training. I think
Yeah,
he'll
but
start.
I don't think he's
That's a
ready to start
lot.
seeing
That's
the
a
game.
lot to ask of him. Like just
He's been
yo,
training. Apart from training with Ugarte,
He's
he
been training
played-
for last 20.
Yeah,
Every time I see
I
him,
think so.
gym videos comes up.
he's not stopped
I won't
training.
I won't be surprised if he plays, to be honest. Him or Luke Shaw will play.
I think that's more of a rogue shout than my Anthony shout.
I don't think Luke Shaw plays this year. I don't think you see him this year.
Jesus. Right, before we get parts on this, front 3, I've gone Ahmad, Rashford, Bruno.
Ahmad, Bruno, Hoyland.
I'm
I
going
think
with Nick.
I'll go with Rashford, Hoyland, and Bruno.
Oh, no, Ahmad.
So are we going, kind of a front 3 or
Yeah.
two
Two
and
the
one
two
in the-
ten, the 2 10s, and then the
2
striker.
10s and a 1.
Oh. Okay, in that case, I think, yeah. But I still think, Rashford and Hoyland will be on the top and behind them, Bruno Fernandes. Maybe kind of Rashford playing on the wide.
Okay. Because it's not set in stone. He's definitely going to play that. There could be a
No.
couple of tweaks that we see. So, yeah. Who's your front 3, Civir?
Same as you.
There's me. Okay. Right.
Oh
cool.
shit! I completely forgot Mazraoui existed.
Yeah. I put him at left wing back.
Oh, did I?
Oh yeah, so Mazraoui. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
How can you forget about Mazraoui?
Timmy's just
I don't
chucking in Malacia for no reason.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck him.
No,
put him
I
in.
saw him training. Because I saw him training, and he played the other guy, the under 21s game
Yeah.
as well. So I thought, well, if he's been training and playing games, it's possible that they might play him for injuries. But yeah, Mazraoui.
All right. Let's finish off with this then. Score prediction. Who wants to kick it off?
2-1 United.
2-1. Yeah, same. 2-1 United.
I think 1-0. United.
5-0. Nick.
No. I'm not going 5. No, I'm not going 5. No. I'm going 3-1. 3-1. I think we'll score quite a few goals. Well, I'm hoping we score quite a few goals because I don't think I can take the pain of losing to Ipswich in our first game. After the positivity would be sucked out so quickly if we get beat off Ipswich. Honestly,
Imagine that review.
imagine
Imagine that review of Amorims' first game.
Yeah,
and
like
we've been
that.
battered by
Oh.
Ipswich.
Oh my god! But it seems like a lot of people are positive in the chat. A couple of different combinations. Mount. Some people think Mount will start. Some people think Ugarte won't play 90 minutes. There's, a couple of interesting theories in there. But I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. We've got a game on Sunday at 4:30 kickoff. We're going to be live for that, of course, pre-match and post-match with all the analysis and all that good stuff. We've got Prem predictions dropping either tomorrow night or Saturday morning. And there'll be something else as well, potentially, that I'm just editing at the moment, if I can get it out on time. But tomorrow, I'm at a massive event at 5's, the Super 6 Winner Takes All event, hosting it. So, exciting. You've got Angry Ginge there, you've got Stratford Paddock there, you've got all these teams. So, it's going to be, I'm not going to be here on Friday, but I'm sure there'll be stuff to kind of put out and post.
Yeah.
But apart from that, lads, I'll speak to you for the game. Thank you for coming on the preview, and up the fucking Reds.
Peace.